The author's note on the first page. To my parents, L. Neelakantan and D. Chelamal, devout Hindus who taught me the true Hindu way of not believing anything blindly, but thinking critically. Author's note. How I became an Asura. Many years ago, I had a nasty boss who relished being abusive and vicious to his subordinates. He made all our lives miserable. One of my colleagues kept an enlarged photo of him pinned to the wall of his garage and would throw darts at it to vent out his anger. He claimed that this dart throwing routine helped him remain sane. However, in the office, he used to drool with sycophancy in front of this nasty boss. Other colleagues were unaffected by the abuse of our superiors. Since it was the public sector, there was job security, and they didn't care for anything else. Like rainwater running off the back of buffaloes, the abusers did not even manage to wet their thick skin. They accepted their fate with equanimity, knowing that one day either he or they would be transferred to another position and thus escape this torture. None of these methods worked for me. I got into spirited confrontations with my superior often, and he seemed to relish it. I got branded as an arrogant and argumentative officer. Soon, I found myself going into depression. Harassment in the office can sap our energy because we spend the better part of our day there and tend to carry our problems home. For a few days, I tried the dart trick and graduated to more colorful ways of venting out my anger. I hung a pillow from the roof and pinned my boss's photo to it, throwing punches at it as soon as I returned home. Initially, my wife Aparna laughed it off, but soon she started getting worried. After his every phone call, which often used to be at ungodly hours, I spent hours punching the pillow like a maniac. I love my job and the company, but not this person. My wife thought I was going crazy, and she was right. I needed a solution before I went over the cliff and ran naked through the street, frothing at my mouth and hurling abuses at all and sundry. All through my life, books have been my solace, my friends and companions. I took refuge in reading. Puranas and Indian history always intrigued and inspired me. As I dove more into their fathomless depths, I slowly started to find my calling. I no longer work for a living. I live my life to the fullest and do not work every single day. My journey from a highly stressed, boring corporate executive to someone who found his calling in the theme of this book. But don't worry, I'm not going to bore you with my autobiography. This book is about the stories I stumbled upon and the path they opened up for me. I call this the Asura Way, the path of the Asuras.